Welcome, Taurus. Welcome, sweet earth sign, to Sweet Tree of Life Tarot. This reading is for March 2023 for mid-month. Thank you for joining me today. Let's go ahead and start the reading. Right here on what the issue is, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Because it is considered to be in the reverse, we actually see it as something not continuing the way it should be. Something's kind of being halted, right? So there's like some loss of balance for some area of your life that you might be feeling for some of you. It may also feel like your instincts and intuition are kind of wrong, or just the timing is bad because this is in the reverse. So that's why it's not flowing like it should be moving forward. It could be some delays in some situation. So it's important to pause in order to get back into step with the universe. So that's basically what this is kind of telling you as far as being the whole issue of the situation here. Right here in this next position, sorry, I just moved the camera. In the next position is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords here, it indicates maybe some parties that were kind of defeated. Like you gained the upper hand in something that was going on here, where you might have lost two swords and maybe regained them, but the two people are going away. It could be also just kind of those opportunities where you are successful over the situation for some of you. But it shows also that maybe it could have been a conflict that could have been prevented. So there's something to think about in the future where you might want to hold back a little bit and think about something before kind of committing to it, because in this situation, it looks like it's something that could have been prevented to begin with. It could have been a lack of planning before it got to the situation as well. Now, number 3 position here, we have the Three of Cups. It's definitely a card of celebrating something, toasting something, being joyful, supportive, merriment, basically a lot of happiness going on here. It's celebrating those new friendships too for some of you, or rekindling of those friendships, because we've all been in isolation for so long. Maybe it's time to rekindle some of those old bonds that you have, old friends, sharing that happiness, sharing that joy. And that looks like what it is happening now, that you're kind of creating that, or in the process of creating this situation out for yourself, which is a great way to start looking at more optimal things to do. Being optimist, being positive in those future instances that are coming up for you. Now in the number 4 position, we have what's giving you the energy to build. There is justice. Now I can see here something was taken away. Maybe you got it back. So there was a sense of justice, but it could also be with the Five of Swords, a kind of a shallow victory. So with justice, it doesn't mean revenge or anything like that. It means looking at both areas and finding that balance in between, and being honest in your way of looking at things as well. But it's definitely a place of restoring that balance and harmony, and receiving what is deserved, right? So just kind of keeping that in mind. Just always seek to be honest and just, but not seeking justice. You'll leave that to the universe, leave it to God, let him handle it. You do not want any part in that. And right here, we do have some judgment that's happened here, from what I can tell. It's a judgment card. It is considered to be in the reverse, because what you're seeking now is to maybe release that negative karma that's been happening here. And one can absolve themselves through that by repentance and forgiveness. When you seek that forgiveness and you have that repentance, that kind of like regret of having done something, but also seek that forgiveness, it will release some of that negative karma or that bad energy that's going on that isn't letting things kind of flow forward to let you reach this Three of Cups celebration. So there's something kind of stuck here. Right here, it looks like you, because of the situation here, if you did do this, if this situation happened with maybe a third party, meaning maybe your lover kind of cheated on you, could have been with maybe a possible water sign, like Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But right here, it could also shows two people leaving. So it could have been for some of you that it was related to something that happened with a third person, and he or she left with them, and maybe you were kind of hoping for justice, but you got something back that they were taking away from you. And right here, you just want that judgment to be in the reverse, because you want to dissolve the situation of negative karma. So you just kind of want to, have whatever repentance you have and kind of ask for forgiveness in some situation here if you did wrong someone yourself, in order to relieve that negative karma, and like I said, and go forward with the world, with the Wheel of Fortune. Now right here, the Ten of Swords is in the center of the reading. It does tell me that you've been going through a lot. As you can see, it's a Ten of Swords, so it's the end of that cycle. There's already light coming in. You know, the little birds up here, there's already light coming in. So now the little bird's kind of looking at you going, okay, it's time to get up now. You've been through a lot. You've been through a tough fight. Let's get up and keep moving forward to better surroundings. Because this is, yes, the lowest point, but you can only go up from there. And sometimes something needs to end in order to give way to that new change. And this is a card of the new change, that cycle ending and having this new beginnings. Now in the victory position, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords here, it is, using that sharp wit and intellect to solve problems and to diffuse conflict. So now you're looking, in order to cut through this victoriously, you have to diffuse that conflict, probably by repentance and forgiveness, but you have to diffuse this conflict because it's keeping that negative energy going and doesn't let the world flow, right? Right here on what you want to create this, the Lovers. The Lovers, obviously, it's a card of strong connection with someone, another person, sometimes through physical attraction, but it's definitely a card of soulmates here. So it's like looking over the world from a shared viewpoint. So you're kind of wanting to look at that viewpoint of what's going on in your situation with that somebody, and you kind of want to look at the world in a new way. So you're looking to have that person. If this person wasn't for you, you are looking to have that in the future. Maybe not right now because you're still going through your healing, but in the future, you do want to have someone that has the same viewpoint as you in this certain situation that you kind of feel strongly about. Here in the trunk of the tree, we have the Five of Wands. Now, what this tells me is how others see you, or how you see yourself. Now you can see, they're playing with a piñata. But there is some conflict here over what they, what may not be needed to be conflict over. So they might not even know that there's even a conflict over this, or whatever there's a conflict over might not even be known, because that's why they're kind of almost like trying to get in front of each other to hit the piñata and kind of trying to get the goods that are in there, but it's almost like saying, this card tells you it's nothing to really be pushing yourselves or having conflict over, because there's enough for everybody, kind of thing. So there's something going on here where you might be arm wrestling somebody over something that might not even need to be a conflict. So this card tells you, in order to be victorious over the situation, you want to use your intellect and kind of pacify the situation. Now, what's going on the outcome? We have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords here is the need to remove those blinders in order to see clearly, because right here, for some reason, you have a blindfold on. You're not seeing things clearly. As you can see, she can get out anytime. There's a light already coming in here, light of positivity. She can take one of these swords and just kind of clear the way, right, with the light of hope. But right here, she doesn't even want to take off her blindfold, because she's not even tied up, really. She just needs to take the blindfold off, walk past these swords, and she's done. So she's not really trapped. So what this also signifies is you're not wanting to see the situation for what it is. So it's kind of reminding us, you have to see the situation for what it is, because you're not trapped. There is a way out of the situation, but you gotta have to kind of look at it truthfully. Now right here, let's see, there's a little bit more clarity. We have the Queen of Cups. That goes right here. The Queen of Cups, that's usually very much a card of being warm and sensitive, but it's also a card of being highly emotional. So it's kind of telling you have to find that balance, not to be highly emotional, so that you can be honest and fair. And she is very much like a mother to everybody, but it's definitely very nurturing, but you want to be honest and fair in that justice that's coming around, right? You want that justice happening, leaving it in God's hands. You don't want to deal with that karma. Let that go so that you can turn things around, right? So right here, I'm just basically looking within, figuring out what direction you're going to go in, because it's kind of stuck right now. Right here we have the pillar of severity. Over here is the pillar of mercy. In the middle we have the pillar of harmony. As you go back up the pillar of harmony, you can see it from a different perspective, or gives you a recap of what we just read, which is the Eight of Swords, not seeing things for what they are, not fighting over things that may seem like there's only one of. There's more than that. Using your intellect to pacify the situation here. I know you're wanting to see that vantage point from where you're sitting with your lover. You want that connection. It could just be a soulmate, or it could be a physical attraction, or it could be a soulmate. So let's keep, as you go up, you're going through this hard time. Could it involve a third person that took away something from you within your relationship with this person here? Or it could just be something got taken from you either at work as well, or in another situation in your life with a relationship with someone else, and not necessarily romantic. And of course, with the Judgment card, you want to dissolve that karma. You want to have that repentance and that forgiveness that you want to seek from that other person if you're the one that wronged them in that way, in order to get through the situation. If you're the one that was wronged, don't look for justice. Leave that to God. Leave that to the universe to handle, because there's that negative karma that if you keep dipping into it, you're going to not be able to get out of this situation here as easily, to walk away and get up and start healing. And it's time for you to do that. This is what this card tells you. It's time for you to get up and going and start your healing process, because you do have that nurturing side of you. You're honest and fair. So remember, what we put out, we will get back. That karma does go and come. And of course, leading to more celebrations and kind of that sense of like not having that shallow victory anymore, real celebrations that you want to go through. And for those of you that did have a third person, this is what that's dealing with that being taken away, and maybe judgment and justice coming in through there. And I'm sorry you've gone through that, because obviously it was very painful, but it's time to get up so that you can become your nurturing self again, start healing again, stay honest and fair. And hopefully that way you'll be able to turn back the wheel of fortune and keep that fortune going forward and not delayed, and keep it moving forward in a positive direction and releasing that negative karma that's there. Don't keep that karma going, because it could be like a sludge. Just let it go as fast as you can. I hope this reading helps you in kind of determining what direction you want to go with your life at this moment, and kind of taking a step back so that you can pause and get back in sync with the universe. And I hope this reading helps you look at this perspective in a more positive way, and that you get out of the situation in a very peaceful, in a very healing way, and in a very positive way, the best that you can, as you move forward towards your healing. As always, please subscribe if you like this video. If you like this video, please also share it with someone that this message might resonate with as well. Anything that can help someone else is also helpful. And if you like this channel, please do subscribe. It lets me know that you do want me to make these videos in the near future. And I hope to see you here next month. And as always, I wish you lots of love, peace, and light in your path. And I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.